So pluralism is not something that many people naturally think of as part of Judaism, but actually it's littered through our traditions, our liturgy, and our texts. And I'm going to tell you a story from one of our texts that illustrates this. It's from the Talmud and the book of Bava Metzia. And the Talmud is the minutes of the meeting of the rabbis talking about Jewish philosophy and Jewish law. And in the book of Bava Metzia, the rabbis are discussing whether an oven, a new type of oven, is kosher or not. This new type of oven has tiles that are connected together with cement. And the Sanhedrin, which is this group of 70 rabbis, all agree except one about the kashrut, the kosher status of this oven. And then one lone rabbi says, no, the halakha, the law is with me. And the rabbis say, look, I'm sorry, that's not how Jewish law is decided. The majority has decided the other way. So Rabbi Eliezer, the lone dissenter, says, well, if the law is with me, then the carob tree outside will uproot itself. And sure enough, the carob tree outside started to shake and uproot. The rabbis weren't impressed. They said, law is not decided by carob trees. Rabbi Eliezer was exasperated. He said, okay, if the law is with me, then the stream outside will reverse its flow, will defy gravity. So they rushed to the wall, the window of the Bet Midrash, the house of learning, and they saw that sure enough, the water started flowing upstream. The rabbis weren't impressed. So they said, no, you're still wrong. Rabbi Eliezer was exasperated. He said, the halakha, the law is with me, and I'll prove it to you. He said, the walls of this Bet Midrash will prove it. And sure enough, the walls of this house of learning started to shake. Rabbi Yehoshua, the leader of this Sanhedrin, this group of rabbis, shook his fist at the walls and said, law is not decided by you. You are supposed to support the learning, not dictate it. Go back to how you were. The Talmud says that the walls returned almost to their original state out of respect for Rabbi Eliezer. Rabbi Eliezer was exasperated and he called in the big guns. Then he said, if I am right, then a bat kol, a holy voice, will prove it. And sure enough, a divine voice came from the heavens and said, why do you argue with Rabbi Eliezer? He is right in all that he says. Now that should have been the end of it. But Rabbi Yehoshua shook his fist at the heavens and he said, when you gave the Torah, when you gave the book of law to Moses on Mount Sinai, you removed it from the heavens. Lo b'shamayim he shouted. It is not in heaven anymore. And law is now decided by us down here. The story goes on, but it's a beautiful illustration of a concept of multiple truths, that we can hold two truths in ourselves at the same time, and we don't necessarily have to be in conflict about that. And it's the idea that pluralism can exist in a real and true way in our Jewish community.